There's a difference between love and unconditional love. Hello! I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving with whoever they consider family. When I hear the word family, I just think of like my mom, my dad, my sister, my little brother. Just the people that I know care about me unconditionally. Some people consider their friends family, which I think is absolutely amazing. I used to have friendships like that, but then over time people change and they leave your life. But if they do happen to leave your life for good, what you need to realize is that they weren't even a true friend. Or even if you felt like they were family to you, they didn't deserve the title that you gave them. It just shows that they were another stepping stone to get to where you want to get to in life. Maybe the people that come and go from your life are experiences that you can learn off of. And experiences in life brings life lessons also. So maybe when somebody comes into your life, you get really close and then they leave. That was a new experience, so maybe you should search for that new lesson. We all know that person that is cocky, hateful, caring. I'm not gay. Loving, selfish, preppy, fake, evil, amazing, incredible. You know, we could go on forever. At some point in our lives, we all experience the same characteristics, but they come from different people. Because there's so many people in the world, and there's so many people that are alike. People say, like, there's no one exactly like you. That's true, but people still hold the same characteristics that you do. So we all just end up experiencing the same characteristics, but from different people. And each time that we run into a certain person that acts a certain way, we get a certain feeling when we're around them. Each experience that we go through is a big influence over how we see different people and different things, different situations. It's just probably the biggest influence. That's probably why there's racist people and people that hate women, or people that are girls that hate guys, crap like that, you know. When you hate someone, you have no reason to. It just depends on the experiences that you've been through and how you look at things. Like, for instance, if there was a poor person and one day they got a lot of money and they saw another poor person on the streets, or a homeless person, they'd more likely to stop and give them money because they know what that's like. But us, like people that's never been homeless, we'll see that and we would be less likely to stop and give money because we don't know what that's like. We can picture what it's like, but we've never actually been through that exact thing. There's also so many people in the world that are afraid to get close to anyone then because they had that one person, or even a couple people, regardless of the situation, just say it was one person. They had that one person that they were really close to, but that person ends up like backstabbing them and leaving them. Well, then they're just so afraid to get close to anyone else that they just isolate themselves from any opportunity that they have to have a close friendship with someone else. Say that there was a little boy on a swing, and he was trying to swing as high as he could. Kind of like when you have that goal to swing high and just flip over the pole on top that's being held, that's like holding the chains. Nope. Only me, of course. Once again. But as the boy is swinging, he gets really high and the chain just snaps and goes, and he falls off, and he falls and breaks his arm. And ever since that day, he's been afraid to ever swing on a swing again. He just stays away from it. Now for his entertainment, instead of trying to get that feeling of swinging, he just jumps up and down like this and goes. But that's how so many people are. Whenever they get hurt once from something, or in this case somebody, whether it's emotionally or physically, then they're afraid to get close to anybody else, or don't take any other friendships or relationships as serious because of what happened in the past. They're like, you're just gonna leave me anyway. This is how things are meant to be. You may feel like right now you have that one person that is going to be by your side always and forever. But the reality of life is that it's so insane, and that people can be so crazy too. People can be crazy, loyal, fake, an acquaintance, or even just a business person. Like kind of like you have a coworker, but you're not really friends with them. You just work together and talk to pass by the time because you're sitting at the clock like, God, please, when do I get out? When I ask you, who do you love or who do you care about the most, who just now popped into your mind instantly? The person that popped into your mind very first is the person you care about the most right now in this moment. The reason that it is just in this moment or just in this time is because feelings change all the time if you don't actually truly love them. Like, you might feel like you love somebody, but if it's not unconditional love, meaning that you love somebody no matter what happens, then that love's not even true to begin with. So that's why feelings change all the time, especially within the youth And especially younger kids, like elementary school kids, are like, yeah, you see her? I'm gonna smash! If feelings didn't change, you'd still be with the very first person you were ever in a relationship with if that was truly love when you felt it. So if you're not with that person, you still don't really care about that person, can you say that was love to begin with? Like, people will be like, oh, we lost our love, or was there really no love at all? But that's why people leave your life all the time, because there's so many people that don't really know what love is, and so they're just in the moment, and then once that moment's gone and the feelings start to fade away, they feel like, yeah, maybe this person isn't for me. Say, for instance, that there's a couple that's been going out for 7 months. They get into the biggest fight that they've ever had, and the guy just loses it and pushes the chick down and then yells at her, calls her a slut, and then just walks out. That would affect their relationship for a long time just because of that one thing that happened, or that one action. Let's say that they break up and they have no contact with each other whatsoever for just 3 whole months. Then after 3 months they come back together and they start talking again, but the feeling they have is just a mutual feeling. Like, you have no emotion of care towards that person just whatsoever. Then that should show you that it wasn't love to begin with, because love, there's a difference between love and unconditional love. Love is where you love someone in that moment when they don't do anything that hurts you or go against what you believe or how you feel about certain things. Unconditional love is where you love that person and care about them and want their best interests no matter what. Always, no matter just what happens, just any time. The person could become a murderer and kill a whole bunch of people. They could go up to a school and just shoot up the entire school, but you would still care about them. You'd know that they lost their mind and that they're not the same person they were, but you still care for them because you love them at some point in time, regardless of how they've changed. You might not like who they've become, but you still care about that person that they used to be unconditionally. There's all these people that are talking about how, he broke my heart, or, she broke my heart. Well, what you guys need to realize is that you need to stop depending on other people for your happiness. Because if you always depend and you search for other people that make you happy, they become your source of happiness. So when that person goes away because they didn't really care about you in the first place, it was just in that moment, you're going to hit a deep sadness or depression or whatever may happen with you. It's not going to be good because your source of happiness fades away and you know it's not coming back. So when you feel like happiness is not coming back, you feel like you're always going to be sad. And if you always feel that way, you're just going to start to feel depressed all the time because the one source of happiness that you had just faded away. That's why you got to stop searching for happiness in a person and be able to search for happiness in yourself, because by the end of the day, you're the only person that's going to be there in the end, because no matter what, like everyone else, even if there's people there, eventually they're going to pass away and die, and then what are you going to do when that source of happiness fades away? You're the only person that's going to be with you throughout your entire life. So if you can't find happiness in yourself and care in yourself and to be able to love yourself, then you're never going to be happy.